Hi, my name is Fidencio Lopez Alpiza, and today I'm going to talk about the only English policy, which basically means that everybody has to use English in the classroom. Okay, I'm going to talk about what is the English only policy about. I'm going to talk about the advantages. I'm going to talk about the disadvantages, and I'm going to say my conclusion at the very end. Okay, the only English policy states that English teachers and students should only speak English in the classroom. Now, this is an idea that has been bugging me for some time, and now it's the perfect opportunity to talk about it. So let's dive in and take a look. In order to understand both sides, we need to examine the pros and cons of each side. So we are going to start with the advantages. The biggest advantage of the English policy is that students learn the language faster because anything and everything that they have to say, they must use English. Another advantage is that it reduces any chit chat in their own language, and they have to focus on English. It also raises the confidence levels of the students, and when they are able to express in English. It also helps to isolate sounds into words and sentences, since everything they hear is in English. Another advantage is that it helps the students to reach a higher level of fluency and proficiency, because the students have to express their ideas, their thoughts, and their feelings in English. Another advantage is that it challenges students to push his or her boundaries of fluency and ability to get the message across. Another advantage is that it requires students to negotiate the learning process in English, because students have to talk around when they don't know how to express an idea. So they have to figure out a way to convey the message. Now, not everything is sunshine and rainbows. So let's take a look at the disadvantage. The biggest disadvantage for me is that it creates a tense atmosphere, one that is unwelcoming and unfriendly. Another disadvantage is time efficiency, because I'm sure that this happens to all the teachers, but you explain the grammatical point in English and your students don't understand. So you explain the grammatical point one more time and spend at least 15, 20 minutes uh, looking for ways for your students to understand what you're saying. But after 20, 25 minutes, they still don't get it. And it's really frustrating. Another disadvantage is that it increases tension among students who are not fluent as the rest of the class. Because I see in my classroom that some students get really frustrated because they understood the topic and they want you to move on with examples, with the aim, with the activity. But you have to in order to explain the grammatical point one more time. Okay. Another disadvantage is that it causes feelings of resentment and frustration. If you do not allow your students to use their mother tongue in the classroom, they are going to end up hating English and the teacher as well. Another disadvantage is that it removes students' ability to communicate. Once you say that everything is going to be English, they don't want to participate anymore. They don't have any ideas. They don't want to talk. So it's really frustrating when you want them to speak, but since the rule is to only speak in English, they don't want to speak, and that hinders the communication process in a huge way. Now, in the early years of my team, I spoke English all the time. You're going to spend 20, 25 minutes, maybe half an hour explaining the topic, but most students are not going to get it. So in difficult times, I learned to use the mother tongue. Don't get me wrong. I am a strong believer of the idea that students learn by doing. And if we as teachers use a target language in the classroom, I'm pretty sure that their listening skills will improve and their speaking skills will also improve because they are using how you use because they are seeing how you use the language in real context. In conclusion, students should speak mostly English, but they are allowed to use their own language when they are stuck.